That's good. That's good. And right. Now, we should be slowly rocking and rolling. Okay, that's working, which is great. Did that there. I'll do a post as well. All right, give me 2 seconds. I'm going to start all this stuff in a second. For those people who are watching again, understand that technical issues are a part of my day-to-day life, and they never seem to, work. Let's try this again. All right, okay, please work. I beg you. I beg you, work. Yes. Oh my God. Is it working? I feel like it's working. I'll come back in 30 minutes when technical. Shush. Just shush. Come back in 30 minutes. Then you're going to ask me all the questions. Oh, what's happening? What's this? Why is this not pumping? Yeah. Okay, I'm done. Okay. Right. Okay. Technically, everything should be working. Someone tell me why this isn't working. Someone look me in the eye. And then tell me why it ain't working in it, Rev. 1 second. Let's try this again. All right. Here we go, Lambo. Yeah, it works. That's working. But why is it not working in the other one? All right. One day this will work. All right. I'm gonna do something here. Does that work? No, it didn't work. So how are you guys? Let's have a bit of a chat while I try to figure out. Does this work? No, it's not working. Okay, nice. It's always good when this thing don't work. The tube works. But let me just try this again. All right, let's try this again. All right, let's try that. All right, there's something to show you, man. I don't want to see it, bro. See it. I don't want to see it. I don't know why X isn't working. It just. Should I read you what it says? Let me show you what it says. I'm gonna show you. This is gonna be beautiful, right? I want you to hear what this says. All right. Okay. All right. All right. Let's try this again. Okay. There we go. Error has occurred. It has been destroyed. Fantastic. So good. So it's good when that happened. Let me. Why is it being destroyed? Okay, let's remove that. Let me do that again. All right. Give me 2 seconds, guys. It's been a bit of a. It's been a minute. So when it's been a minute, it means that I'm gonna have to get back into the swing of things, which is get everything wrong. How much has your bot made to date? What are you talking about? Okay, let me try and sort this out. 1 second. All right. All right. Okay, I think I got it. Woohoo, you're back. Thank you very much. I think TikTok is not pushing out my lives, which is a bit of a shame. I mean, like, you know what I mean? It's usually a nice thing for it to happen that way. But, it doesn't seem to want to do it today. I think I know what's going on here. I think that's the problem. Yep. All right. Okay, that's the problem. All right, it should work now. Yeah, it should work now. Boom. Right. Cool. Done. Done. Everything works. All right. Okay, cool. Let's get into the swing of things right now. There's a lot of information that we need to go through, a lot of things that we need to talk about. Man, crazy how the market moves like crazy out of nowhere. That's the real question that I want everyone to really understand here. Sometimes you need to understand that I told you. That's all I want to say. I feel like I told you doesn't really cut it. I feel like when I say things like, Brev, this is what's gonna happen. This is what's gonna go in this direction, and this is what's gonna happen at the end of it. And I say these things, and then everyone looks at me and goes, "It's over." It's over. Why are you even talking? Stop coping. All this kind of stuff. Please tell me for the first time. I'm gonna say everything to everyone else. If you want to see what's going on, check this out here. You can see what's happening on my screen and stuff and everything else and jazz. All that kind of stuff. Would you? Oh my god, honestly, hilarious. Hello, Cryptos. Hello, everyone. Everything else like that. All right. Okay. Look, let's go from here and understand what's going on at this present moment. I mean, I would say one of the last chances was around here, to be honest, but we'll get to that. Now, let's move into the show. I'm going to go through. Let me just do my full thing because I've got a feeling you guys have 1,000 questions for me. And by the time I get to the end of it, I'm sure I'll be able to answer most of it. If not, we can add all of that stuff from there. Okay. Now, what are we seeing with Bitcoin right now? First things first, pretty much you didn't need me. I mean, I left you guys in such a situation right now where I told you everything. This is the thing. I told you every single aspect of what's happening right now. Oh my god! All right, I forgot about this. Emir Khan, I don't want to have a thing with you, right? Is that it came into the golden pocket. I thought maybe potentially it could go down to the 104, but the bull stepped in and we produced a higher low, which is a very bullish stance, and that means more of a movement in that direction. It then came and hit every single level I gave you guys, and you saw all the momentum, all the aspects, and all the movement that we saw from there, and it moved into that direction of where we are right now. Now, we need to look at some key factors to see, are we going to continue this? Are we going to move up? Are we going to move down? Which way is the direction of this market going to be going? All these things are really, really important to understand, and it all depends on a few key factors. Now, what are we seeing right now is this pullback that we got into where we are right in this situation was, in essence, a retest of the prior range. That's it. And this is the craziest thing of all, right? There's retest of the prior range that showed its support, and this means that there could be continuation. But continuation to where and what will happen from there is a key factor. And I will say something, right? I'm going to say something to you, right? And I'm looking at this first time. I want to see something right now on the weekly. All right, look. I'm going to do this with you, right in front of you. I haven't done anything. I haven't done anything to explain everything. By the way, if I can get some likes, that'd be very much appreciated. I'm going to show everything. By the way, if you want to see it, it's here because some people ask. I'm going to show it right in front of you. I haven't done this, right? I would not be surprised, right? I would not be surprised if that, because the way it looks and the years of experience of me looking at these type of graphs and everything else, I would not be surprised if that doesn't hit the 382 on the fib. I would not be surprised. Let's see. You want to test it with me? Now, I don't want to say it, right? I don't want to say it, but it's here, man. Look, I've told you guys several times over and over and over again. When we have a bullish movement and bullish sentiment, these are the key levels to look at. It's there. It's there, and it showed to you several times over. What? 1 second. Why is this not working? Why is this not working? Hello? Has that come back? Yeah. He hasn't done this chat. Great to have you back. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Right. So you see, you're damn good. You see exactly hit that 382, and that's what happens when you have a bullish momentum momentum graph, right? When there is bullish sentiment and momentum in the graph, those are the levels that usually hit. So 382. If we're seeing a slowing down, we see the 50%. When it gets a slowing down, it goes from there down, and gets to that level where it goes. Hey, buddy, out to see it later. The UT. I just want to say thanks for all your efforts. You're the best. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. You guys are absolutely incredible. It was a bit of a crazy holiday, I must say so myself. Right now, this is where it's going, and now we're sitting at this key point at the 1, 2, 3. But I believe if we look at some key factors here, I believe that according to some of the liquidity maps, we have to see a balance of where this is going to sit, right? We see some key factors which are good, which are really good. We look at exchange volume, great, moving up. These are all good things that we have to see when it gets up to these levels here, whether it can break that. If it breaks that, that's going to be a really cool move. And I think that should start some real movement in the market. But I could also see a bit of a rejection when it gets to these higher levels here, mainly because there are some key factors that are moving the market, and those are what's showing some expected change in these exchange volumes, right? We have to look at some other things as well. We look at some key factors of this. If we look at the, in fact, I'll show you this one afterwards. This one's more important. If we look at the liquidation levels, and we're seeing at this present moment, we're seeing a clear range develop here. I don't look at the 48 hours anymore because it's pretty much cleaned out all of it. I start looking into the weekly factors because this market is going to change on a weekly basis now. We're at that level. We're at that key factor that's going on, and we're seeing some two key areas of two pockets of liquidity. Right, the largest area of liquidity sits at around 116. And then we also have a really strong level of liquidity around the 126, in fact, 128, right? Between those levels, we have to see where it will go. But if we look at the liquidation levels, if we see it here, we see that there is a, let's do the 24 hours. We see that there is a long to short ratio discrepancy between the shorts, which could mean a further squeeze up until around the 128 to 126 level that this thing could go to. But after that, I would be very surprised if this thing does not come back and try and take out some of those lower levels of liquidity. At this present moment, it is a liquidity game. We're trying to play what's going on. And if we look at these levels, we have seen some, again, huge liquidations going on. Not massive. We're hitting around the 400 to 500 million levels of liquidation, but still, that's still large amounts. And we're still playing with fire, and people are still playing with fire with these liquid leveraged longs that are going on, which is taking liquidity out of the market, right? So the market makers are going to try and sweep those levels, but I don't see it going, honestly. In my humble opinion, if this really, I don't see it going below the 120 mark. That 120 mark, maybe 180, maybe, but I think the 120 mark would be max to where this thing could potentially go down, and that will be to a point where we will see whether the Bitcoin finds its top here. What could happen is it could come out, clean out all these liquid longs around here, maybe even push up to the 128. Where you can see all of the liquidations coming, and that thing will then pull back down quite aggressively to an area where we'll find another level of higher low. If you see that higher low, then we can see further continuation up, and then we will see what this level will hold here. But I will say this is a really key. Look, let me show you this, right? Let me show you this. We're going to have to see two factors. One level that it needs to hold is 120. This level here is super important. If it breaks below that, then we could see further levels down. And to be honest, there's liquidity all the way down to the 100,000 level mark. In fact, all the way down to the 108,000 mark. I think that would be absolute bottom if something crazy were to happen. But I don't think so. And I'm going to explain to you why I think that's the case in a second here. Let me see if there's any questions as we're going. Bitcoin is available in the UK. On ISIS. Yep, they're on ISIS. They're going to be involved in the pink trousers as well. So what's wrong with the pink trousers, man? But when you're in the fufu and the open top, you need pink trousers. That's how it works, bruh. Do you think the Bitcoin top this year would be 130,000 like the yellow line shows? I don't know. Right, I still think like my target from the very, like, I mean, you saw I put these levels, and it hit it absolutely perfectly, right? Okay, it deviated up and down, but that 125, it's been there forever. You can go back and watch everything that's there. I still think my target is around 135, but to be honest, right? To be honest, it depends on liquidity levels. It depends on what levels of how the market turns, right? And that, to be honest, is dependent on some key things, which I'm going to show you in the rest of this show, right? Now, if we look at one key factor that I need this to happen, right? If we look at the MACD, especially on the daily, this is expanding on a really good level. But look, this is something that I want to show you, right? We're coming into a bit of a trend line here, right? And this breakout is fantastic, but this is a big but, right? We need to make sure that they both expand out. And for that to happen, that Bitcoin needs to stay around these levels and actually hold above this 125,000 level. And it's very key that it does that. If not, this is further continuation down, and it could possibly tap out on the 120 mark, and potentially maybe a bit less, right? Because it could take the midwick of that pump and then move on from there. In fact, that could actually be a good place to look at. Oh, it's already done it. Yeah, this looks strong. This looks like there's going to be further continuation up. Now, if we look at the key thing that I want to say, right? Do you think the 2000 stimulus checks will? No, the stimulus checks is not going to do anything. That's got that won't even touch the sides of that. I'm going to show you what will, though, right? I'll show you what will. If we look at the S&P 500, and this is unbelievably important, and I want everyone to really understand this. It's so important, and it's really like you need to understand this, right? What's up, Abzo? Rich yet? Thanks, man. You are. I can tell you are, right? And I'm gonna say this to me, right? Remember what bank told me? Remember the bank told me line, right? It's so funny. It's like they knew. it's like that $1 trillion bank knew something, right? Right. I put that. You saw when I put that line in. It's all recorded, so you can see everything on that side. So I changed the name of my channel to Alpharez. Why not? Because it's cool, right? In it stuff. Now, what we're looking at right now, and I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you the good. In fact, before I get to this, let me show you the Bitcoin dominance and USDT dominance, right? Then I'm going to get to the S&P 500, and I'm going to get to the good, the bad, and the somewhat worrying, right? And I want everyone to understand this because these things are really, really important. We are seeing things that are great. We are seeing things that are worrying, and they're seeing things that could potentially mark even more worrying things. But where they will activate, whether they will activate, what will happen is a lot of things that you guys need to hold in your hand. And this is what I talk about with confluences, because you need to look at all of these factors, because without them, you cannot make an informed decision. And yes, you're welcome. I am back. I'm sure you guys have been really happy with the look at this one line. This one line, if it cross, you go up. None of that stuff. I like to give you all the information. That's why I have a bit of a better understanding than most in what's happening in this market, right? And I'm going to get to BNB, by the way, if you guys want to understand. There's a really, really key graph here that I'm going to show you. One more thing that I also gave everyone else, and we can go from there. Did I have a nice holiday? I had a holiday. It was actually my birthday, so it was like a combination between a holiday, birthday, and an Oktoberfest and a whole bunch of stuff. It was crazy, right? We sat on the table that owns the tent. It's crazy time, crazy time. Now, if we look at the USDT dominance, and we can go to Bitcoin dominance, and then we can go to the other aspects. Bull run's over. See you in 2029. Thank you so much, Jack. Appreciate that. It's very productive the way that you said that. It means a lot, and yeah, that's the thing. Great. I don't know what you're talking about, Dalton. I don't know what you're talking about. Line pass, we go up. We line dead, but bullish. Everything's all right. Okay, cool. Now, if we look at USDT dominance, right? We're holding this 4.37 line. I drew it for you guys there. I drew it, right? This is the thing. Good, we want all the information. Happy birthday. Thank you so much. It means a lot. If you want my birthday to be happy, just press the like and the hearts and stuff like that. I like how people just listen, just go, you know what? Why has BNB performed so well recently? I'm gonna get to that if you can wait, and if you want to see the screen, it's there. I literally just said that. I'm gonna get to it. All right, I'm gonna get to it. If you can share and stuff like that, it would be very much appreciated. What was I saying? Right now, USDT dominance is looking good. Right, it's had a perfect rejection of the 4.37. I said that that area was going to be key. Could be an area of rejection, and it's done that. And what's even more important is that it's confirmed that it's in essence a lower low. Right, this is a bearish graph movement, and it's not bad. Right. Okay, we've produced a high, but we've produced a low. So there's going to be a key decision point to happen in this point. If this continues on and it's bouncing off the exact midline of this channel, we could see it testing certain areas, right? And these are the things. We have to now work on certain factors, not about, whether it'll do this or whether it'll do that. We need to see, right? Right now, first level that we need to understand is that what is that? What is that? All right, let's do it. Something else. I have like this 200 quid mouse and it still can't draw a straight line, right? First level is that, right? It needs to break the 4.115 level for this to continue. Where are your glasses? I didn't recognize it. Thank you so much. I look different, but also like sexy at the same time. That's what you're supposed to say, Sing. God, I don't recognize you. Shh. Anyway. So it's either a compliment, which is slightly like uncomfortable, or it has to be an insult. None of the two in between. If it can't be one, it can't be the other. I know what you're talking about, right? First level is that the 4.15 level. It needs to break that to show some sort of level of further continuation down. But again, this is still looking good. It looks like an bearish movement. It looks like this is rejecting continuation down, which is a good sign for not only Bitcoin, but altcoins and various other aspects. It means that people are looking to apply their stables into assets, which in this case are showing cryptocurrency. Now, that's the first level. Second level is the 4.10 and the ultimate level. The ultimate level that we will need to see before we get any real level of fun time is that this 3.9 level there, 3.95. No, it wasn't. It was no insult, but still, give me a minute. Okay, thanks, man. I appreciate it. I haven't had an insult in a while. It felt weird for a week. I was just like, wow, man, I'm feeling pretty. What's happening, right? And the second level is that this lower level that needs to be broken. But I will show you one thing though. This looks really interesting. I think one way or other, this level is going to be taken out, right? Because that wick there is an inefficiency wick that is wanting to be broken, right? And if we look at what I've taught you about the inefficiency wick, you know, if I'm not going to tell you, what have I told you about these wicks? I'm going to draw it here so you can understand what I'm talking about. What have I told you about these things? What's really important about these big wicks that happen? All right. For you guys out there, what's good about these big wicks? What? Thank you very much. I need the answer of what's good about big wicks, you know, because I would know. We're gonna go half that length. That's what she said. Thank you so much, Jesus. I was waiting for someone to say that. Sorry. I could. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, Jesus takes half the length, right? So, and I think that 4.07 level could be then. So we could potentially see some much of a we could see some form of a pullback and a potential. It might look like we might be going into some stronger territory, but we could see, depends, right? This level here, the 4.95 level is extremely important, and that level there is going to be very, very important for everything else to move in that direction. Watch that level; it's really, very important, right? Got a lot to go through. My God, I know time. Now, what's up with gold? I'm gonna get the gold. All right. If we get to, there's a lot of information I need to give all of you guys, because it's not just like, oh, look at this line, it buds, it bumps type of thing. You know what I mean? You need to understand what happens afterwards. What I told you before I went on holiday / birthday, pretty much all of it has come true, right? So it gives you all that kind of stuff. Lamar, right? That's the thing. Now, what's really, and it's slightly worrying, right? This is slightly worrying. What's happening here is that Bitcoin dominance is settling around the 59.17 level, which unfortunately means that the liquidity potentially might just be going into Bitcoin. And that's a bit of a problem, right? Which means that alts may suffer a little bit. I want to say something to you about these alt movements as well at the very end, because it's extremely important. I did a video, no one watched it. You know, I like it when people actively ignore the free and alpha that I give you guys for no level of understanding. Probably retest 60. Perfect. That's exactly what I was thinking. If this breaks the 59.17 level, which it's kind of looking like it's trying to do, right? That will most probably indicate a retest of the 60% level, right? And I think there will be a decision point. And there, to be honest, could be the real area where we could get into this projected understanding of alt season. Right. That's the things levels that I want to explain. Those are the things I want to go through. Some key things that are understanding. Now, all of this obviously depends on a few things. Let's go with the bullish, right? Let's go with the good side. Then we'll go to the medium, slight worry, and then to the bad side. Good side. Stocks, S&P 500, everything is going nuts. They're going crazy, right? Everything is going to the moon. People are fully invested in understanding that the market is going to be going in the real direction. And I bring it up again, over and over again. I did show you this, right? I did show you the angle, the aspect of how things are going. October up from there. We might potentially get some little bit of a pullback around November, small little one, but up, up and up, right? This thing is going up, right? This is the situation. This thing is only going to go in this direction. And what's really important, and I want everyone to really understand this, and this is going to be a really interesting one, right? Is that currently, if we look at the S&P 500, the reason why I'm looking at the S&P 500 is because all of the stocks, everything basically revolves around this one key asset. This thing that is basically the barometer of the market of where we're in, and it shows the future of where we're going. Now, if we look at this on Sunday, we are coming into the 3rd-year anniversary of a bull run in the S&P 500. And on average, we have seen an 8-year run. On average is 8 years. At worst, it's been 5 years. So if we look at this market and we look like we're coming off what could be one of the most restrictive monetary policy market environments, we're going into a market where there's going to be massive levels of liquidity. And you need to understand this factor. Everyone right now is looking at Bitcoin because Bitcoin, in essence, is a different type of animal. We have, when people say there hasn't been a bull run, there's been a definite bull run in Bitcoin. Definite, right? Altcoins less so much because of the level of restricted liquidity that is out there. But we're moving into a market where liquidity is going to be rife, rampant everywhere, right? That's the thing that I want to explain. Cryptos, I'm gonna get there. Let me finish. Listen. Just press the like and follow and bubbles and stuff like that, and then we can get to questions. All right? I know you like half. No mind. Right? So in this mind, it looks like there's still more of a move in this direction. This is the way that this is going to be going, and that's what's extremely key, right? That's what's extremely key. One more thing that I want to say as well is that this again, I'm just giving you all the aspects of all this, right? This is a really, really cool thing from Almanac Tracker. In fact, it's not him. He's the one that's just posted the damn thing, right? But what this shows, right, is that, and this is what's really important, if the S&P 500 by Sunday closes green and we see higher highs by Sunday, that will mark the 4th time that the S&P 500, actually no, the 26th time that the S&P 500 has shown a green 3-year end of the S&P 500. And there's only been one occasion, that has not shown another 3 years of further growth. It's only been one. And should it be a betting man, I'm going to be bet towards further growth in that direction, right? All of these things are pointing into the really good, positive direction of the market. Furthermore, I'll tell you this, right? Where are we right now? Got so many things here to show you guys, right? I hope you like this type of stream. I don't know if you've missed it or not. Right. Furthermore, if we look at relevant strategy, right? And this is from Funstrat, by the way. If you know who Funstrat is, do you like this? Oh no, shit. Have you read this bottom bit here? I can't say it, but just read that bit there. Just shh. You're not seeing this. Shh. And just very, very quiet, right? what this basically say is that when the Fed turns dovish, there are some key factors and assets to be in, and it's basically AI crypto, and various other assets that deal really well with liquidity, cheaper liquidity movements in that direction, which is all good stuff that are in this way. The Fed is turning dovish, and that goes in that way forward, right? So we're all in the right assets, and we're all playing in the right field. Again, this is I'm definitely a client. Good. I'm glad. You guys are all clients, right? I want a one in chat to make sure that you guys are all clients. I need a confirmation of this, right? Because this is recorded, and I forgot about that. All right, so I need I, I need a one. Where are the ones? Excuse me. Can people put one? Can people put one in the chat, please? Put one in the chat, just so I can understand that you guys are okay. Fine. Right. Wow. Bring me out to dry. Honestly, hurt my feelings. Right. Thank you. Devo is the only one. Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, look at all these thanks, man. All right, cool. So we're in the right direction, right? Those are all those. Yeah, good. So those are all the good things that are happening in that way, right? So we're all technically, the way you look at the S&P 500, we look at the way this growth is going, the way that all the liquidity is coming in, the way, and furthermore, further interesting news that have come out is that the Fed minutes have come out, and it looks like the Fed is on one hand saying that there is a what's that saying? There is a, my brain just melted. There is a thought of a further loosening of monetary policy, which is even great, which is a continuation of increased liquidity into the market, further growth, and all in risk assets, all the things that go really well. Hello, Known. Everyone say hi to Known. He is a legend, right? So all of that kind of stuff. I signed up to make your link, but didn't get any negotiation about the pro. You need to send me the message, and you need to go to the Learn My Hours. If you go to Learn My Hours and send me, and I'm the one that will put you in there, because I need your. Anyway, we'll discuss that, and I'll describe that, and I'm going to talk about that in a second, right? So, so this looks like, do we get anyways if we accept Lee? Why are you making it worse, Lee? Why would you do that to me? Why are you hurting my feelings? Anyway, so that's that situation. So the chance of further cuts are great, and a higher chance, and there's been a consensus that the Fed want to further move on with loosening monetary policy, which is all great, right? Fantastic things. Now, let's get to the somewhat worrying, and then I'll get to the bad, right? Somewhat worrying, and I'll get to the bad. Now, where are we right now? If we look at some key factors, right? Some key factors that we need to understand. One thing that's worrying is that what is going on here with gold? What is going on with gold right now? This gold has officially, would it be officially? No, that's still Bitcoin. Gold is officially my second best trade of my life. And what's going on here is a bit worrying, right? I don't want to say anything. What is happening right now? Gold is looking like, and I'm not joking, gold is looking like a meme coin getting a Coinbase announcement, right? We're at that ridiculous level. We're at that level where it's like, did you know that gold is getting a Coinbase announcement? Oh my God, buy it. Oh my God. It's, that's what it looks like. I want you to understand something, how insane what it is we're looking at is, right? It's insane, right? This is absolutely insane. Like full movement, right? It's not the best, right? Okay, Bitcoin is okay because it's a hedge against inflation, which is great for Bitcoin, not so good for alts, right? Now, I don't want to say this. I want to say this. I put 1% here because I was in the chat with someone. A 1%. Okay, so I want to say this, right? A 1% move, and I want to show you this, right? So you can understand how crazy this is. I'm going to show you this. That move there. All right. In fact, I'll draw it. That is that 1%? Let me just make sure, because yeah, 1%, right? This move that you see here, that move, you see that little green move there, is the entire market cap of cryptocurrency. Do you understand how insane that is? Are you guys fathoming what that means? That little move there is the entire cryptocurrency market cap is moving. That's a 1% move. So this move that we've seen here, right? It just busy on the night. Watch your video. I just wanted to say, leave a quick thank you. Sorry, thank you very much, Philip. Thank you so much. It's very kind, right? So this move that we've seen from here to here is 18 times the size of the cryptocurrency complete market cap has moved within a week. So is that a sign? I mean, it's the same with silver. Silver's gone nuts as well, but that's a lot of money, man. that's a lot of money. So it makes you think what's going on right now is that not only stocks are going crazy, gold is going crazy, Bitcoin's going crazy. All of this stuff doesn't make sense. All should not be doing this, right? All should not be doing this. And I don't know if this is a sign or not, right? We may look back and that could be a sign, right? It's not the best thing because usually these things, or it could be just level of uncertainty. This could also be an indication of uncertainty rather than other problems. Now, few more things, and then I'll get to the bad, right? Few more things. We've also seen unbelievable inflows into to ETFs. It's the second largest inflow in history. I just want everyone to really understand that. And into Bitcoin, and that am I a crypto expert? Definitely not. I'm just the guy in a sky bunker that just talks at you and has been right sometimes. Hey, Lamar, I'm a sky bunker, all right? Nothing more than that. I'm a sky bunker in the ground. All right, so yeah, so this is somewhat worrying. I wouldn't say it's terrible, but usually when these type of inflows happen at higher levels, it usually indicates an understanding that there might be somewhat of a local top. We will see. It doesn't mean it can't go on from there. I'm just saying this could be a bit of a warning sign, just so we understand. Doesn't mean it's bad. There's been many occasions where this has gone further on, and Bitcoin is going into a different level right now. Certain things mean that this thing can go higher and higher and higher because of certain legislation, other factors. Not all things are equal on this graph, right? There are other things that don't really potentially make this analysis a right one. Now we can also go into further other aspects as well, and that is this. This is stupid, right? He just copied he copied his beta boy. He just what? He just copied his. I'm thank you. I'm sorry. Thank you so much. I'm a beta boy. Thank you. Don't know what that means, but I'll accept it. Sounds like it sounds like I know whatever. This right now is stupid because what's happening here is that would mean a most hated guy on X at the moment. The prophet is actually right. What does that mean? I don't know what that means, man. I'm just saying. I'm just giving you all the potential things here. This is stupid, right? Right now, what's happening is that all of these are all a part of each other, that are all buying from each other, and then all ramping up each other's profits in some weird circular. I can't say the word because it sounds wrong, right? All right. There is a job that's circular, right? That's all I'm going to say. This is giving me job circular vibes, right? That's what it's giving me right now. Because this is crazy. But, and I wanna give a big buts, and I cannot lie. I do like them. I do like big buts, and I cannot lie, right? This may look bad. And right now, did you see Coach T was live streaming with Calvin Hill? It was one of the best moments of my life seeing that. I haven't seen two greater individuals in my life playing golf, and they get thousands of views. So just all I will say, right? Now, I will say this is right, and this is a big but. At this present moment, this looks a bit crazy, right? It looks like it's like some bubble and it might pop and all this kind of stuff. Yeah. I get that. But we need to also understand and look at this in the greater understanding of AI right now. Right now, things are almost astronomical levels, right? The whole market is growing on top of this. And the reason why this is growing on top of this, and this is something that people need to fathom. AI right now, even though people saying it's a bubble, it's not a bubble, because there was a document that came out which stated that on average in the future people foresee at least 4 daily AI integrations into human life, right? Everyday integration. Right now we have ChatGPT, kinda, where you like type your homework in and you ask, make this sound better, give me analysis of this. Do you know what I mean? It's getting into real life. It's getting into what will be understanding. I mean, I have a friend who's doing like an accounting thing with AI, but it's like, you know what I mean? We're not even there yet. We're not even a tenth of the way yet. I would say that if it was in this world right now where everything that we own is integrated in our life like a mobile phone. Do you understand what I mean? If AI becomes what a mobile phone does, because again, a mobile phone is in essence a form of, it's a limb, right? It's a computer that's attached to you. We're not there yet. So all of this growth, while there might be some level of a pullback at one particular point, I see this thing going further and further and further and further and further. We're nowhere near the peak of where this thing can go to. That's my humble opinion. This is all fake money to move markets, specifically on crypto. That's why no matter your technical analysis, it still can go exactly the opposite. I don't think they could care less about cryptocurrency. I pretty much want to say that America George, these guys genuinely don't care about I want you to understand how big these companies are. These companies are very big, right? These are all countries. Think of it this way. Every single one of these is a country talking to each other, and they all kind of own each other. Slightly worrying, right? Now, let's get to the actual worrying thing. The thing that worries me. And that is this. With the good also comes the bad. Yeah. The actual markets, the people in the the Fed minutes came out and said they want to in the majority case want to further reduce interest rates and loosen monetary policy. It's very true. But at the same time, they also said the risk of inflation are getting higher and higher and higher. And I want to say this, right? I want to say this. If unemployment gets better, job creation gets better, but inflation is getting increasing, I promise you they will not cut. Remember, the catalyst of Fed rate cuts is the balance of risks toward unemployment and job creation. This is the thing I want everyone to really understand. This here is the real. The other stuff is all like bubble this, and there's always been a bubble. There's always been this thing. There's always been, oh, you know, if you think about it, always been, and it's always rallied more than that. At that point, the markets can be irrational, and also profits are going absolutely insane. It's just on another level, right? So those things are not my worry. This here is a real possibility of worry because still tariffs are not settled yet. You know what I mean? That is the cloud that's over all of this stuff at the moment. If that could be settled, if the tariff issue could be settled, we would be at another level. And then there's another thing I want to show someone, right? And this is the thing that really this cracked me up. This cracked me up so much, right? Babyface, what's up? Oh my god. There we go. I knew there was one. I missed you, man. Thanks for the. Can you say something else rude to me, please? I appreciate it. Hey, baby. I'm big man face, right? So I knew it. I was like, it's too good. It's going too well. So with Trump tariffs, unemployment will increase together with inflation. Not necessarily. No. The tariffs are causing a exasperation to inflation. What the Fed right now is talking about. I missed you, brother. Thank you so much. Missed you, my man. It just looks like a big worry. It's not a big worry. No. I want to explain this, and I want context to this. What tariffs are doing right now, and what the Fed is hoping, is that the tariffs are going to be a singular increase in price, that singular bump. So where the baseline is 0, the baseline will be now 1 because that increase of the tariffs. But the problem is that the tariffs are flowing. They're a flow right now. Things are all over the place, right? And that's the situation that I will say. So if that could be settled, we could be in a different place. And this is the thing I want to show someone, right? And this really cracked me up. This really cracked me up the other day. Because I was like, that's very true, right? He was like, you do know, right? He was like, you do know that the S&P 500, whilst it has grown a spectacular amount, has only just gone in line with where it would have been if Donald Trump hadn't had its, how can I say, issues? We do know that, right? So when people are saying we're in a bubble, we are just where we should have been. And I was like, that's a very good point. So where we are right now is where we should have been. We are fully on target to where we should have been a year ago. Right? Let's not forget that. Right? It's not like we've had a it's not like we've had something. And the thing is, what's even better is that was artificial. Right? So you know what I'm talking about? You know? Just saying. It's not like we've done something spectacular here. We've just where we should have been, right? That's the situation where we are. So we can. And as I said, look, I showed that graph to you guys many times before. You should go back and watch my videos as well. Where we are right now, it says by 2033. It's an internal report that I, because you're all my clients, right? We've established that. Say nothing if that's correct. Okay, cool. Guys said nothing. All right. It's pointing towards a 11,000 S&P 500. And that works in line with the fact that we are only 3 years in, which will be this Sunday, for a minimum 5 to 8 year bull market on the S&P 500. All good signs and everything else. Slight worries in this and the other. Now, let's get to some cool, interesting factors. Number one, I'm going to get to this BNB in a second. Number one, I want to show you guys something, right? And I'm going to show this process to all of you guys very, very soon, right? I'm going to do it tomorrow. and I'm going to show you the process of what you get, how you do it, how the whole process works. But it's VeChain. I want you guys to understand this aspect right now, right? I'm going to show you, and we're going to track it over the month of what type of things come, what type of things happen, where to do it, what wallets to use, how to do the whole process, and why this thing is such a cool thing, right? Because where it's sitting with the level of lock liquidity, the way that these staking rewards work on Stargate, and the fact that you don't get locked in, becomes a tradable asset, is a huge thing. And I will show you all of these things most definitely tomorrow, and you will see how it works in the wallet, how you connect, how you do the whole things, and we will track it on a daily basis, and you'll understand exactly why I'm so bullish on this thing. It's such a cool thing to happen, because these are the things, if you believe in this, holding it just there without having this extra level of reward, in my mind, is, I don't see the reason why you wouldn't do it, right? That's what I'm going to say. Now, what I'm going to talk to another thing right now. Does anyone want to talk about BNB at this present moment? Does anyone want to have a look? And by the way, if you want to check out the Starlink and all that kind of stuff and everything else going on the tube and the comments below, you will see the links that they're all there. Look at it yourself, and you'll understand why I'm so bullish on those on that factor and the staking rewards and everything else. And someone from VeChain will be coming on, and then you will understand why they are and why I am and why you should be as well. Now, let's get to BNB, right? Let's get to BNB and why you guys all fade. Like, I get, the thing is, like, when I give you guys something, right? When I give you guys something and I can't say the word, right? I literally can't say the word, right? It starts with an F and ends with an E, and the E is long, right? It's a long E. That's what she said. That's how I got married, right? That's the thing that you guys need to understand. When I say give you something and I say, look, if you guys join the Mexi, right? If you join the Mexi, because I can't say the thing, and all the key factors are there, and you come and then you show me that you've done it and you've done the deposits and everything else and all that kind of stuff, you get put into the pro group. And the pro group, right, it's just for clarity for everyone to understand. There's pro traders in there, there's leverage stuff, and also you guys get access, right, to key things that the agency, my agency and what I do and the marketing runs and all that kind of stuff, I get handed to. And the last thing I gave to all of those people, right, is this little play here. HODL, right? I gave this in the thing, right? It's about there. It's at one point. I gave it at 3 mil market cap. It went up to 24. And that would have mean that you would have gone in there for and it ends with 2 E's at the end. Now, if you ask me, how would I do that? How would I get into doing these type of things? I have to be careful because, I don't want to express things that are not there of any type of, say these things without saying it, but understand what I'm talking about. If you guys want to have that, if you go to my to the bottom of the description, you will see a link that you'll be able to go to. Go there and access it. It's as simple as that. It's so simple. It's so crazy easy. Well, then you'll be able to go to. Go there. It's so crazy easy. It's out of this world. Look, I'm going to show it to you guys here. I'm going to put it into the chat so you guys understand what I'm talking about. Anyone on the put it here. There we go. I'll copy it, put it into the chat, and you guys will understand. Everyone there got this, and it was all of nothing, right? It didn't cost anything. It didn't do anything. All this stuff is for your benefit. There you go. That's it. You go there, sign up, do your deposit, come to me, and then I will put you in there. That's it. Now, this is the thing. What's happening with BNB right now? And the way to understand whether this thing is going to go, continue, whether it's going to have a retracement, whether this is just a fake pump, whether this is just a liquidity grab, whether this is all the stuff that you guys are wanting to know, is this graph right now. All right. This is BNB against Bitcoin. BNB against Bitcoin. Can you have two Mexi accounts? Yeah, of course you can. You just need to deposit, man. That's it. All right. This is the situation. Right now, you need to look at this graph right now. People who are not seeing it, if you see it, you can go here and can check it out. While you're there, make sure that you guys are fully that you support, that you subscribe, that you like, that you comment. That's all I want from you. I don't want it. Literally, I give as much as I can without wanting anything from you guys. I never want anything. This is the thing. I never want anything. Thank you so much, Glasses Boy. He's a legend. Great guy, right? I don't want anything. I don't ask anything. I don't want anything. I always try and help out as many people as even though people don't believe that sometimes, right? Because it's unfortunate the nature of the industry. This is the situation. This one, Bitcoin, BNB versus Bitcoin. It's coming into a key area of resistance now. That pocket that you see there, right? And you guys should all join this. Again, this is recorded. If you want to see it, you can, follow, share, like, all the bells and everything else. I do like how everyone stays together. BNB. I don't want to listen to all the other stuff. What's this BNB stuff, right? That there is going to be a key level of resistance. And this is the situation, right? If it comes into here, oh God, that's it. Why have I pressed that? If it comes into here, that's what she said, right? And then stays, possibly comes here, touches that, and then rejects down. If it breaks back down underneath here, could be a time to take profit. If this thing breaks through, comes back and retests, oh boy, then things get very interesting. Then things get massively interesting, right? That's when things go a bit crazy. Now, I want everyone to really understand this. This is really, really key. It's super duper important to get it. What is that doing there? What is happening right now? Why? Just go away. There we go. Okay, cool. I have to shout at it. What do you think of gold crazy uptime with bare minimum downtime trend 6 weeks? I've gone through gold, man. You can go watch the recording if you want to see it, so you can go there and then follow and all that kind of stuff, right? So this is there. Here, potential profit taking zone. If it blasts through, that's what my wife said, and then comes back and retests, that's when I married her. That's when things get fun. All right, that's when things get really, really interesting, and then we can follow on from there. So that's the thing. Make sure you have this graph on your trading view. It is extremely important. I don't say extremely important if I don't mean extremely important. It's super duper important to understand that this is where things are going. This is where things are moving in that direction, right? It's key to know. And again, if you want some of these plays, there are 3 more plays coming in. 3 more. One, I've shown the whale group. And the people in there, are ridiculous. I want everyone to understand that. Ridiculous. So if you want access to that, it's very simple. And not only this, right? MEXC, I've done a thing with MEXC where it's almost zero fee for I can't even say the words because of things. I'll say it when I'm off here, and I'll explain it to everyone afterwards. That's it, right? So that's the situation where we are. I've gone through the full market analysis. I've gone through what's going on here. I've gone through all the key factors of what BNB is doing. Gone through all the other factors of what's happening in the market, Bitcoin, various other things, and everything on that level. I'll go through one last thing, and this is what's really, really important to say. Why is it saying page not found? Oh, you might be in the UK. You can only do it on the what's it called? On Explorer on your computer. That's probably why. If you're in the UK, it might not work. But if you're on your desktop, it will. The one thing I will leave on this, right? If you guys are worried about alts are in a very, very interesting position right now, right? This is the thing. I would look. And I'll say something about Fat Cat at the end. Also, a very interesting point at the moment. It's holding a very key level of support. This is really, really important, right? Really, really important. The fact that it's here means that it's holding very good support and key factors. And I will come back to what I will say. Right now, what people don't understand, and this is the thing that I will say to everyone, is that people will chase shiny things. This BNB narrative will, and I mean will, come to an end. We are currently within liquidity cycle aspect of this market. Liquidity is going to be moving from one narrative to one chain to one movement, and currently we're looking at BNB memes, right? Everyone's looking at the BNB memes, right? We've been here before. And understand this, you need to be in the place where it goes next, not where it is already. Because if you're there where it is already, people who were there before you are going to be taking your liquidity. That's what she said, right? You need to understand this. And the fact that people are going, oh, is it worth, is it this? Understand what is the Mac Daddy of all the memes. Which one is that? Ask yourself that question. If BNB is moving and it has all of this stuff and it's all about the memes, there aren't many chains that have more and more understanding of what the memes are than one chain. You guys need to understand that. And to understand that, you need to watch one stock and one stock only. One stock and one stock only, right? I'm going to show this to you guys. So you guys need to understand this, right? Where is it here? Is it here? Is it here? Is it here? In fact, I'll just do it here. I'm going to show you the one stock you need to look at. It's super duper important, right? Not that one. This. I'll just leave it here so you understand. This is the Mac Daddy. And when liquidity rolls over to this, it is going to make those things that you guys like that's in BNB really, really ridiculous. Watch this. If it breaks above the 0.0075, you're gonna want to start looking at those things. And I'll tell you, man, this is the thing. You guys fade what I say all the time. And then when it happens, you go, oh, yeah, you guys know. There's a reason why people call me Alvarez, right? Get it. Understand what I'm saying. All right? Okay, good. I think that's everything. Jesus, that was a show. I don't know of anyone else that does a show like me. Is there anyone else that does a show like me? Anyone else? I don't get it. Is there anyone else? Maybe I need to like show my screen on here. Maybe that's what I need to do so people will understand what I'm doing. If only the TikTok would give me a stream key so you guys can actually see what I'm showing. Just get on with it, please. Thank you so much, Redemption. That's very kind. I've missed you. I missed. I've missed you, man. Oh, man. Stop fanning around. Thank you so much, Redemption. It's it's very kind. It's very kind when these. Oh man. Anyway, well, look. On that high note, I'm gonna. On that high note, I'm gonna call it a day, because because I've been like, as I will repeat, get on with it. and stop fanning around, right? I'll get on with all those things. And then I'll leave it to you guys, right? So that's what I'm saying. These are the things you guys need to look at. You need to look at where to be. And that's why, like, sometimes I have my ear to the ground because I get things through what my actual life and work is. That's why I don't want anything from you guys. I want everyone to understand this fact, right? That's why I don't want anything from you. That's why I don't ask anything of you other than just press like and watch my videos, man. And that's for your benefit, not for mine. You guys get the benefit, not me, right? I don't want anything from you guys. I have never wanted anything from you guys. And even when something happens, the only things I want is for your benefit and for maybe likes and follows and bells and, you know, share my YouTube thing and all that kind of stuff. That's it. Right? That's the situation. That's all I want from you. Is because I have something else that makes me, right? And I sometimes have my ear to the ground because when something is ramping up on one side, it means that something is coming. And that's why I was able to give those type of calls, which didn't, what was that? 11x. 11. Cool. All right. Okay. All right. Everyone thank Redemption in finishing 10 minutes early because, you know, stuff. If you guys want to check out VeChain, it's really cool staking protocol. They know what they're doing. They and I'm, you know, it's something that I'm really bullish on. And it's, you know, it's just like, yeah, if you're holding it, you're holding it. You know what I mean? And on the other side, if you want to check out the pro group, again, it's just no brainer. It doesn't. Anyway, whatever. If you guys don't want to join, don't want to join, whatever. And that's the thing, right? What was the last map? What do you mean? What was the last map? What map? What are you talking about? I didn't put a map on. Let's have it. What map? Anyway, that's the situation, right? Okay, cool. Guys, love, affection, everything else. I'm gonna come up here and then I'll explain to what the actual thing I was trying to say. Right? Because I can't say it on the TikTok. All right. Okay, cool. Let me get off here. The guys on the other side stay on, and I will go from there. All right. Much love to everyone on TikTok. You guys have been incredible, fantastic. Good to be back, and I will go from there. I'll catch you guys later. All right. Let me just take a screenshot of that. Okay. All right. Million messages. All right. Whatever. All right, that's that situation there. Now, okay, for all you guys here, and I'm going to explain it to you guys very clearly, right? For everyone that's watching and wants to understand. There is a link to a MEXC. I've done a deal with MEXC, right? Really good deal. And it's just for you guys. It's for you guys. It's hilarious, right? I'm going to make a tiny little bit of just explain that to you and I'll explain to you how I make it. All you do, right, is you go to the MEXC, you sign up through that my link, you deposit the 100, and that's it. You can take that out again. It doesn't cost you anything. It maybe cost you like half a cent or something. Not even that, right? But at the same time, I've done a deal with MEXC where your funding rates are almost zero. Literally, all of the commissions that I would have got from it, I'm putting it back so you guys get almost zero funding fees. So you know when you have a leverage position open for a long period of time and it costs you money, it is like the cheapest out there because of I'm not taking anything from it. I'm giving it back to you guys. And the only thing that they're paying me is the cost of the pro group that they are paying me, not you. I want everyone to understand this fact. It doesn't cost you anything. Doesn't cost you anything at all. Is that fair to understand? Is that enough? Are you guys entertained? Anyway, okay, look, love, affection. I'll get to you guys. James, I will be back. Pumped on. What do you mean price target? I don't do price targets. Price targets are pointless in my mind. I go level by level where it can go. But if it doesn't hold the 21-day EMA, it's very simple. I would just go and look, and the 50-day EMA holds perfectly into that midweek strategy. Right there would be a great time to go in, and I am really bullish on pumped up fun. Understand that, right? Okay, guys, love, affection, all that kind of stuff. I'll catch you guys later. I hope that was clear. Jesus Christ.